World War II did not begin because of one man. It did not begin because of one border. It began because the order created after World War I was unstable. In 1919, the Treaty of Versailles reshaped Europe. Germany lost territory. It lost colonies. Its army was restricted. It was forced to pay reparations. The treaty did not remove Germany's industrial power. It humiliated it. Economic crisis followed. Hyperinflation in 1923 destroyed savings. The Great Depression in 1929 destroyed jobs. Political extremism grew. Adolf Hitler promised restoration, territory, security, strength. In September 1939, Germany invaded Poland. Britain and France declared war. The Second World War began. At first, it was a war of movement. Germany used fast armored divisions, coordinated tanks, artillery, and aircraft. Poland fell in weeks. France fell in 1940. The war expanded. In 1941, Germany invaded the Soviet Union. Operation Barbarossa opened the largest front in history. The fighting in the East was brutal. It was a war of annihilation. Cities were destroyed. Millions of soldiers were captured or killed. Civilians were targeted deliberately. The Soviet Union faced a critical problem. Its standard infantry rifle was the Mosin Nagant, reliable, accurate, but long and slow to fire. Urban combat and mechanized warfare required something different. German forces introduced a new idea. In 1943, they fielded the StG-44. It was not a traditional rifle. It was not a submachine gun. It used an intermediate cartridge, more powerful than pistol ammunition, less powerful than full rifle rounds. It allowed controllable automatic fire at medium range. This changed battlefield doctrine. Infantry no longer relied only on long-range precision. They needed volume of fire, mobility, durability. The Red Army studied captured German weapons carefully. Soviet engineers began developing their own intermediate cartridge in 1943. It became the 7.62 by 39 mm round. The weapon that would fire it did not yet exist. After the war ended in 1945, the Soviet Union began trials for a new automatic rifle. The goal was clear. It had to be simple. It had to function in mud, snow, sand. It had to be produced in massive numbers. Among the designers was a young sergeant named Mikhail Kalashnikov. He had been wounded in 1941 during the Battle of Bryansk. While recovering, he began sketching firearm designs. His early prototypes were not successful, but he continued refining the concept. The Soviet competitions were strict. Several engineers participated. Among the competitors were designs from Alexei Sudyev and others who had already created successful submachine guns. The final trials compared multiple automatic rifle prototypes. Kalashnikov's design stood out for one reason: reliability. The mechanism used a long-stroke gas piston, generous internal clearances, few small, delicate components. The rifle could operate even when dirty. Accuracy was acceptable, but perfection was not the goal. Function was. In 1947, the design was finalized. It became known as the Automat Kalashnikov 1947, the AK-47. Mass production began in 1949. The weapon was not revolutionary because of precision. It was revolutionary because of tolerance. Loose-fitting parts allowed dirt and debris without immediate failure. The stamped receiver simplified manufacturing. Later improvements refined production methods. Competing rifles existed. The American M1 Garand had proven effective during the war. Later, the United States developed the M14.
More powerful, more accurate, heavier, harder to control in automatic fire. Other nations produced their own assault rifles. Belgium created the FNAL. Germany, after the war, would eventually design the G3. Each had strengths, but the Kalashnikov had advantages in different conditions. It was cheaper, it was easier to train with, it required less maintenance. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union distributed the rifle widely. Allied nations adopted it. Revolutionary movements received it. The weapon became global. Its reputation for being unbreakable came from context. It was designed for conscript armies, for extreme climates, for minimal maintenance. It was not indestructible, but it was forgiving. World War II created the environment that made such a weapon necessary. Mass mobilization, industrial warfare, urban combat, mechanized movement. The war also demonstrated that infantry needed something between a rifle and a submachine gun. The German StG 44 introduced the concept. The Soviet Union refined it. The Kalashnikov became the most produced firearm in history. More than 100 million variants exist. Its silhouette became symbolic, not of precision, but of endurance. World War II began because political systems failed to contain ambition and resentment. It accelerated technology under pressure, from tanks to rockets, from radar to nuclear weapons, and from traditional rifles to modern assault weapons. The AK-47 was not born in 1939, but it was born from the lessons of that war. A weapon shaped by total conflict, designed for a world that expected more of it. After its adoption, the Kalashnikov platform evolved. Early versions used milled receivers. Later versions shifted to stamped receivers to reduce cost and weight. Production became faster. Output increased. The design was not static. In 1959, the AKM was introduced, lighter, simplified, easier to manufacture. The core principle remained unchanged: long-stroke gas system, rotating bolt, large tolerances. By contrast, Western rifles followed a different philosophy: greater emphasis on accuracy, tighter machining, more precise components. In the 1960s, the United States adopted the M16. It was lighter than the AK. It fired a smaller, high-velocity round. In early deployments, it suffered reliability problems, powder changes, lack of cleaning kits, poor maintenance instructions. These issues were later corrected, but the comparison shaped perception. The AK became associated with durability, the M16 with refinement. The image persisted. During the Cold War, millions of Kalashnikov rifles were exported. Licensed production spread across Eastern Europe, Asia, and Africa. Unlicensed copies spread further. The weapon required limited industrial infrastructure. It tolerated varied ammunition quality. It operated in deserts, jungles, and Arctic climates. This adaptability increased its global presence. The weapon outlived the political system that created it. The Soviet Union collapsed in 1991. The Kalashnikov remained. Its design proved stable across decades. Modern variants incorporate polymer furniture, optics rails, modified calibers, but the core operating system remains recognizable. World War II reshaped world warfare. It introduced total mobilization. It blurred the line between military and civilian industry. It forced rapid adaptation. The Kalashnikov emerged from that environment, not as a symbol of innovation alone, but as a product of constraint, simplicity under pressure, durability over precision, mass production over specialization. The war from 1939 to 1945 did not create a single invention. It created conditions where technology had to function in chaos. The AK-47 is one of the most visible results of those lessons. It reflects the priorities of the era that followed the war: reliability, scale, endurance. The conflict began because diplomacy failed and revisionist ambitions expanded unchecked. It ended with new superpowers, a divided world, and a new generation of weapons shaped by the experience of total war. Among them,
a rifle that would become one of the most recognizable objects of the 20th century, not because it was perfect, but because it worked.
If this story interested you, subscribe. More hidden histories are coming.